Stare into the fire as I fan the embers. The flames bear resemblance to amber feathers. We are the tireless, the resurrectors of the blaze, of the ways of our ancestors. Remember and bear witness to tradition and trance, incandescence, to man's fear manifested when he wields weapons. His hands restless, beware when he feels threatened. Started with a stick and a stone before the syllables and tones were syllabuses and tomes. In a simpler time, it was a minute ago, before the common era, give or take a million or so. The world was dimmer at night, you could feel the eyes watching, but your vision was blind. The only light, the moon glinting off the gristle and bone. Dinner was dripping with the liquid of life, while you survived at the risk of your own. Winter was cold, and it could mean the end of the road, cause when the freeze thawed and meets raw, bacteria grows. So anybody became the sick and the old, anybody's remained a singular hope. This was the primitive plight, only conditions we known. Caught a glimpse of the light, but couldn't picture it though. So who'd have predicted the flight of Icarus prior to the elements stolen by Prometheus? We meet when the religions bestowed upon the people. And this was even more antique though, before the glow that gave us our unique code on those below us. In the linkage of life we named the food chain. The human race resided near the bottom like a problem with a fuel gauge, until the tools came, then the rules changed. The playing field was even with the odds. It was the dawn of a new day, marked a couple cool caves and carved a new lane with flint as a knife. Was it coincidence or through fate? Who's to say? But with the flick of the wrist came a flicker of light, illuminating a confused face. And in the blink of an eye it was as pitch as the night again. Eyes terrified as they remembered the sight. And then several seconds went by. The fight or flight fright became a strange excitement. In a decisive instant, a hand raised high, the flint strikes again. And this time it ignites and incites enlightenment. It was only a pile of twigs, see, but it caught fire and hardwired some big ideas. We got to cooking, started thickening bones. Better protection for a head-to-head to temporal growth. What happens next is an explosion of invention that drove a new conception of ourselves as the exception alone. We do not need to be heeding any limits or lines when we can mimic divine events in the mission control. Raw power, campfires for long hours. Wire the man, brighter the man, the watt power. Lamps, lighters, air fryers, and gunpowder. The purge, riot, a purifier, a coat outer. The preternatural, the bitten apple, the first evil. The set of candles in church steeples that burn people. The cold's enemy, cold energy, stovetops. The old entropy, new knowledge, we know not what we doing, but money moving and talking to us. The market's booming, it's rocket fuel and hallelujahs. Space travel, arms races and chase shadows. The split atom, the risk that could erase that all. We grow stronger, live longer, warmonger, more to conquer, swore to honor our forefathers. And those who won't help hell innovate will either melt in it or self-immolate. Gather round, I have a tale to tell of a man scared of hell with a sail to sell. He cast a spell so well no one dares to dispel, impairness to the ne'er-do-wells for a hand to help hurt. He was hand to mouth first, surfed every couch till he got his feet on solid ground. Then he settled down, planted a seed in it, many millennia till he began to reap it. And now we can see what he didn't. You've heard parallels and the parallels parents tell. The carousel of the shadow realm, nature and nurture, a ball of play or a piece of Play-Doh. To save or hurt us, antidotes and extremes are fatal. The mere man still an animal who dances with wolves, but he got the planet in a strangler hold. The whole world in his camera phone, a modern miracle, but he still fears what he can't control.